This is really sad, man. This is the dude. This is the dude that you guys all know. You've been hearing it on the news. The question that I'm asking is like, what the heck, man? Like, what on earth? You would have to be an agent of the devil to do something like what this dude did. And to be honest, I don't think he was working alone. It might sound conspiratorial, but hey, whatever. This dude was wrong, man. To kill someone that was doing so much great in that community, in the community, not just that one. But I say specifically because that, over there in the area that Nipsey was in was pretty much like a base for doing some great things, man. There's a lot of things that are happening over there too. You guys know I live in LA County. I'm actually from Long Beach, but it's not too far from that area, and I hang out over in that area at times. There's a lot of gentrification going on over there. I'm just letting you guys know that. Aside from Nipsey doing the movie about Dr. Savy, you guys know what a lot of his community endeavors were. The reason I mentioned the gentrification is because Nipsey was definitely trying to get people to buy, invest in their neighborhood and not leave it, let alone just get our financial game up. A lot of us need to do that. A lot of us need to be more economic savvy. I hope a lot of brothers and sisters learn that from him. I know I need to be more economic savvy than I am. And Nipsey Hussle, man, you watch those old interviews of him even being younger, like from 10 years ago, and he was already like, hey, this is what we got to start doing. And I didn't know about a lot of that stuff when I was the age that he was talking about that. And you know what? This is one thing, and maybe I might make a separate video even talking more about this, but I'm going to say it. We have to continue the very thing that Nipsey was that Nipsey was doing. Continue that work. Let's not just look to him as a leader and look and say, hey, look at him from afar. Nipsey's whole thing was just to not look at him as like an art piece and in awe. He wanted you to become a part of that art piece. And this guy, the antithesis of it. Funny thing, I found out a few people that I know personally knew this dude. One of them worked with him. And it's strange. I'm like, huh? And the other actually knew his dad. Because I guess this dude was from Long Beach, or he lived in Long Beach. And that's kind of how they knew him. Both of these people are from Long Beach that I know him. I don't know this dude, and I don't want to know him. It's crazy just how close certain things in certain circles go. And this dude, from what I understand, was supposed to be like a known snitch. And from what I understand, had some crimes where he killed someone. That's what I'm hearing. And he was an informant to the police. That's what I'm also hearing. I don't know, man. It sounds fishy. Then finding out also that Nipsey's place of business had been raided a few times. That area is like I said, it's being heavily gentrified. And the cool part about that area, if you go a little bit west, you'll go to Baldwin Hills. It's predominantly black, like mansions. They call it the Black Beverly Hills. But then you have east of that, a lot of it, a lot of landmark stuff too. Like one of the landmark places, unfortunately, is no longer there. Mr. Wisdom, he was on that food place with that Zimmer guy. He's no longer there because of just all the gentrification and stuff going on over there, and the train being built over there, and they're building it slow. So it's really affecting a lot of businesses over there. And it's a trip how like Nipsey's business was thriving, but from what I understand, was getting raided by cops. And then this building of the train, some brothers and sisters are trying to cash in on that, which is good, but they're not building it for us. But the best thing to do is to try to do what Nipsey was doing. And I think he was very successful at it. And I think, to be honest, aside from also him doing the Sabi movie, I mean, he just had his hands in a lot of great things that I think would have been game changers. And I think that's one of the reasons. It sounds conspiratorial, but this dude is a pawn and he chose himself to be a pawn, just like William O'Neill did. If you haven't already, you should check out the Tariq radio thing that he did recently. But you guys have to watch the whole thing. Don't watch half of it because you won't get it. A lot of us from LA, we know kind of things that are going on around there, especially that area. And I hang out up there. So, between a lot of those places in Crenshaw, from Slauson to Vernon and even past that, like going northwise, a lot of those places are being gentrified, and that train is going through there. And I've talked to business owners, and they've let me know, they've had to pretty much fight against them trying to raise stuff up like that. It's a trip. I don't mean to be so long-winded, y'all, and talk around, but a lot of this has to do, in my opinion, with what went down. Yeah, people will say it's just a neighborhood street beef or whatever, but there's a reason that this dude was not, from what I'm hearing, was not wanted to be over there. And my question is, why were they even before that raiding Nipsey for no reason? This is sad, man. And this dude, I don't know, like, how could you live with doing something like that you did? Yeah, his name, I don't even like saying his rap name. Yeah, you're living up to your name, all right, dude. The name you chose for yourself. God didn't choose that name for sure, but you choose the nasty, satanic name for yourself, dude. And you know what? I hope you get the time for that. My thing also, y'all, let's hope this dude does not try to get out on an insanity plea. I think that might be something. It's really crazy. And say it, quote me on this. If this dude gets out on an insanity plea or gets any kind of plea that's light, then something is really fishy. And if he doesn't, hey, I'm still saying the same thing, but this stuff is tricky, man. There's levels to this. Anyway, you guys, I know I've talked to Mad, but I'll talk to you whenever. I'll rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. And this dude, man,